G'day there, Richard Musgrave-Evans here again, and welcome back. Today, guess what? You wouldn't believe it, back on the Murray River. I love the place, can't keep me away. Okay, now, painting on white primed board, heaps of oil paint, palette knives, and a little bit of brushwork. I'll just kind of make it up as I go. I'll sometimes use brushes, sometimes use knives, mainly knives. Now what I've already done here is what I usually do when I set up. I've just put the darks in and gotten the horizon line right. And what that does, there's some nice noises here. What that does, that's just composed a picture for me in my mind so I know what I'm going to be doing. Okay, so now what I'll do is go for the biggest differences between this white board and that landscape. Okay, now I reckon maybe I'll get that sky in by the looks of it. Alright, so that'll be white. I'll start down at the base of the sky, the horizon, burnt sienna, yellow ochre. What do we got? Just a twang of blue, just to knock it back a bit. A bit more burnt sienna. There's a fair bit of wind around today, but I'm hoping that we're pretty sheltered here. The wind's coming over the top, so I think we're okay. Alright, let's have a look. What do we got? Now I'll bring it down, but I won't touch the horizon line yet because the horizon is blue and this is pretty much an orangey colour, orange grey, yellow grey, either one. If those two mix together now, they'll create just a big muddy mess. So I'll keep them separated until I'm ready to get into that phase. You see, I just accidentally, just then I actually hit the blue, pulled it up into the sky, so now I'm going to pull it back down. Right, okay. A bit more of that, I reckon. You can see what I'm doing, good. That always helps. A little bit more yellow ochre and white, I reckon. Each sky is different, every day is different, so today I feel like there's a little bit more yellow as I go up. There's a little bit of high level cloud right on the horizon there, so that's probably causing that colour in the landscape, or in the skyscape I should say. Alright, so that's yellow ochre-ish. Right, blue, white, with that mixture will make a pale green blue, which is similar to the next layer. This is fun, it's always good fun being out here painting, love it. What do we got? Let's put that in. There we go, look at that. Oop, bit of magenta in the works. How'd that get there? Oh well, must be on the knife. Okay. Bit more blue as we go up. Darken it. Always a lot of mix. This has to be done. Whoa, that's nice and dark. I think I'll lighten it just a little bit. So, this is fun, always fun. A bit more blue as we go up to darken it. A little bit more white. I'm working by the side of the car today. Other times I've been using the side of the trailer, but today I'm on the side of the car. I've got an easel on each one, so it's all good. Look at that. Look at that. Scoop all that lovely stuff up and just put it there. I might use that later in some of my mixes. blue with a bit of magenta this time as I get up higher. A bit more blue. Just a twang of magenta. Any sort of red just to give it that kind of... Down low I've got a bit of a green blue going on here, and then as you can see it's getting redder up there, so I'm just putting that in. So, just got to watch out, the edge of the cliff is right there. I don't want to get too sidetracked. Oh dear. Right, that'll do with that. Now I'll go grab a brush. That is a nice brush, look at that, hang on, look at that. Right. Just to soften, so I'm using the brush to soften. I was using the knife to apply. This is softening and blending. What a beautiful, beautiful landscape. Okay, let's mix this. Let's mix it. Look at that. Look at that. Just blending. Slowly working my way up to the top. Slowly getting up there we go. Oh, look at that. What a mucky patch. Okay, so what do I got? Stand back and have a look, eh? Right. Just going to mix. There's a nice shadow you can see on the water. You can just see it there. There's a really good shadow from the winter hills because the sun's quite low. Kicking a beautiful shadow which I've put here out into the water. Fantastic. Bird sienna, yellow ochre, bit of that sky blue. That sky blue from over here I'm mixing with the burnt sienna and yellow ochre, and that's kind of giving a similar colour to the water, the Murray water there. More of that yellow ochre. Let's have a look at that before I get too carried away. Not too far off the mark. That way. Yep, that'll do. Right. Burnt sienna, yellow ochre. Just a little bit richer. Maybe put a twang of that viridian green as it gets closer down the base here. It's just a little bit richer because I'm looking more straight down into it. A bit more green. Yellow ochre, that's too green, I can see that. Burnt sienna. That's better. Might drop that one the other way. Through. Let's have a look. I'll stand back. Okay. Go a little bit higher there. Let that wind come up. Gust of wind, eh? Gust of wind. Blue shadow there because I lost it. Stand back and have a look. got a bit of the sky colour on, which is good because there's a lot of sky reflecting into the water today. There's a fair bit of wind, so that sky, this brush is perfect for it. Now with the sky, I like to either, with the brush, I like to go across with the water, sorry. I like to either go across or straight down, and that gives the illusion of water then, straight down or across. I'll go this way for a minute. Do some mixing. Straight down, and let's have a look. Okay, now let me put that brush down there out of the way. Biggest difference now is the grass and stuff just over here on the paddock. So yellow ochre, a bit of that sky blue. It's quite green now, we've got the winter greens kicking in. Green here, bit of green there. Right, I'll mix up a viridian green and white here to get a higher key, bright, light green. Half mix it with my yellow ochre mix, just to give some more richness here. Now, there, a bit of this stuff. Right, what are we doing? Bit of that orange colour, okay. Might use a bit of alizarin crimson and yellow ochre. What do we got here? A bit of white. Just to give the feeling of the colour of the earth. So it's yellow ochre, alizarin crimson, which is a kind of bluey red, and some white. Going down there too. Oops, flapping around a bit. So I'll just put that back there because that wind is really playing up today, even though we're fairly sheltered, like I said. There's still a lot of turbulence all around. White. Mid-range kind of colour. I don't know if you can hear those trucks, but they're not that far away. There's trucks going past just over there. Just going to grab a smaller knife, mix up a bit of an orange with like cad colours, cad yellow, cad red. Bit of white, lighten it. Find the blend I think is about right. There's some beautiful highlights just up here. The cliff is just licking the light. It's a really beautiful thing. Stand back and have a look. Warm and cool contrast, never hurt anyone. Okay, what do we got? If I can reach over here without getting all mucky, I'll be right. There we go. Now I'm going to take some paint off here, get that back up, look at that. Just refine that to a thinner mark. Pull that down. Taking paint off there. Now, a bit more of that magic colour. Just some nice cliff action here. Just lightly touching. Just lightly putting where, hardly even touching, just letting the palette knife skim across the top. Just put those beautiful highlights where the sun's hitting the top of that cliff. Over here in the distance we've got the other side, and the cliff is just popping here, so I'll just stick that in. That's it, let's stand back and have a look. Just let me re-establish where these edges are on this thing, the river that is. Yep, she's going up that way, right? Getting my bearings here so I know right what I'm doing. Okay. Having a look. Okay, now the biggest difference I can see is the fact that those trees, the river gums, there, there's light on them, isn't there? I haven't got that yet, so get some of that going. Lightly touching with the knife. Just letting it do its own thing, lick the light and shadow on the, as it skims across the top like that. Let's get the big guns out. Ooh, these knives are getting mucky. Let's clean this up. So windy I can't tell. Hopefully the wind's not disturbing the noise too much. Mixing up a little bit of that orange colour again. Mix it into that. Here we go. Just get a bit of that magenta, mix it in there to kill it off as it goes back further. So the trees back here have a lighter tone. Heck, there's some green paddocks out there too. Not used to green at the moment, I've been seeing so much drought. It's funny to see green. That red into that mix. There's some lovely gear. What do we got? Can you see it? It's hard to see in the camera. There's some lovely stuff just floating in the backwaters here, growing on top of the water. Kind of a really red brown colour. It looks fantastic, so I'm going to put it in. It goes a little bit more magenta. Too much. Something like that, yeah, right. Right, what have we got here? Bin. Just want to soften a few edges now, so here we go. Nice clean through. Just lightly pulling through and wiping the knife, wiping the brush this time clean. Just softening it a bit. It's always about hard and soft, lost and found. Grab that one. Beautiful reflections in here. Straight down, straight across. Give me all that blue. Up some of the clean edges of those cliffs. That's it, light and shade. Go. Let's have a look. Yep. Alright. Oh, do not want to get. I do not want to wear that. Which I can see happening if I'm not careful. Alright, let's get this going. Okay, there's much more of that yellow ochre. I'm just going to clean an area, put some paint over here. You can see why I like to work with such a big palette. You've got plenty of room to move around, which is great. But every now and then, you run out of room, believe it or not. You've still got to make room by moving it to one side. Right. Bit of red in that. A red with the yellow, yeah. Some of the reflected light in the cliff. Building up the grass on the edge of the banks here. Clean that area. Yellow, white, half mixed high key stuff. Plein. Okay. Right now, there's some nice high level cloud coming in. Let's get the big knife out, eh? We seem to be mucking around with that little knife. Let's get the big one out. Yeah, get the big knife. Right, clean her up. Using those kind of ochre colours. More white in the mix, it's too ochre basically, so let's just lighten her up a bit. Just pull a few through. Soften them a bit. Let's have a look. just with a clean brush, just lightly pull through here and there, wipe it clean each time and just pull through to soften. Random directions. I might also just whip up a bit of blue, magenta and white. Geez, that wind is coming up. Just to knock it back on the horizon here a bit. We're getting there. It's all starting to happen. Okay. All that. Nice little cloud chuffing there. Which has a bit of a shadow on it, I can notice. That's the thing about working on site. You can see those subtleties which you cannot necessarily grasp in a photo. I know I keep saying it, but painting on location is the way to go for all that subtlety. Putting a few blue shadows in and a couple of those clouds. I did not think it was going to be this windy, I tell you what. It's come up. Legendary colours. Some of those trunks in the shadows, they've got more of a cool tone, like a bluey, cold blue magenta colour, whereas where the light's hitting is a much brighter, high key colour. There we go, a few trunks. Highlights here anyway. Okay, so now I just want to soften. I've left it for ages now, but what I want to do is soften that horizon by pulling half through. Half through the two colours now with one really clean brush, and just pull through to give you that softness. So it's only once, so it hasn't really greyed because it's the horizon's blue, the land is blue, the sky is a warm tone. Too much mixing will send it grey, so just one whoosh, just to blend them without greying them. There we go. Alright, so that'll about do it. I've got the big impression. I've got the feeling of light and shadow on a cliff, on a river. Alright, so up close she's very abstract, which I enjoy. I love that. I love the feeling of when you're up close, it's all about paint. When you get back, it's about realism. Pretty much sure I've got that combo, so what I'll do is I'll get the camera off and we'll have a look.